My name is Jane Vobe, and here are 5 things you should know about me. I kept tavern in Williamsburg, the capital city of Virginia, for over 30 years. As a tavern keeper, the law requires that I provide food, drink, lodging, and a place to stable horses for the travelers to the city. I also have small club rooms for my customers. Men like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and others, where they could meet and have conversation, be it political, familial, or business. They could also play games or hear music. I hosted artist works at my tavern, provided playing cards, sold theater tickets. A French visitor once wrote that my tavern was the place where all the best people came. Keeping tavern is a common enough sort of occupation for a middling woman like me. As a single woman, or femme sole, I was far from the only businesswoman in town. In 1772, I bought a property on the main street and opened the tavern that I named the King's Arms, but most people simply refer to it as Vobe's. There are many things we don't know about my life. Like so many others in the 18th century, the historical record of my life is incomplete. For example, my birth. There is some evidence to suggest that I may have been born in London in 1720. By the mid-1740s, my husband Thomas Vobe and I were keeping tavern in York County, Virginia, possibly in Williamsburg. Thomas disappears from the historical record by 1750, and a year later, a court case referred to me as a widow. It's possible he died, but it's also possible that he abandoned me and started a new life elsewhere. I did not spend the rest of my life alone. I had relationships with 2 other men over the years. My relationship with Robert Miller resulted in my son David. I never remarried. My husband abandoned me. I could not. I wouldn't legally be able to do so. There's no divorce in Virginia, and bigamy is a felony. I've discovered over the years that I make very good decisions as regard business, and very bad ones as regard men. Slave labor is essential to my business. Nearly every business and household in Williamsburg relies on the labor of slaves. After my husband was gone, I owned anywhere from 6 to 18 people. My people were waiting men, chambermaids, cooks, carters, stable boys, any job you could imagine, and I managed it all. I sent 2 slave children, Sal and Jack, to the Bray School, where Ann Wager taught them reading, ciphering, and catechism. One of my slaves, a man named Gowan Pamphlet, was a Baptist preacher. After his duties to me and the tavern were seen to, he ministered to his congregation. My tavern was one of just 2 operating in Williamsburg after the Revolutionary War. During the war, life became much more difficult. It's easy to be a patriot on paper. Supplies were harder to acquire, customers fewer with less money to spend, and inflation was rampant. Things grew worse after the capital moved to Richmond in 1779. While I was trying to keep my business and maintain my household, I had to do so without the assistance of my son. David joined the Continental Army in 1776 and served for 6 years. I worried constantly for his safety. But thankfully, unlike so many others, he returned home to me. After the war, I left Williamsburg and opened my last tavern. In 1786, I moved with David and his family and our people to Chesterfield County outside of Richmond, where we kept tavern. By year's end, I had died. My son David eventually returned to Williamsburg to manage his wife's property after her father's death. He also freed Gowan, who continued as a Baptist preacher. I've witnessed much in my life. I was a femme sole, navigating life and the upheaval of war the best I could. In the end, what choice do any of us have?